It only took you 10 years to reach the peak of the weird world, achieving the rank of Luofeng Mountain Ghost King. However, you were too bored and chose to slack off, playing games and watching lollies at home every day, until your sister took the weird college entrance exam and started a live broadcast across the internet. Your identity could no longer be hidden. At this moment, the TV was broadcasting live news. Our reporter reports at noon. Today marks the 60th anniversary of the opening of the weird game. Listed globally as the most dangerous ghost, SSS Disaster Class Luofeng Mountain Ghost King, after unifying the Luofeng Mountain area, has been missing for 3 years. His dormancy. For the human world, is it a blessing or a curse? A new round of weird college entrance exams is about to begin. Here, I wish all candidates good results. I hope you can all come back alive. Your sister Su Ling, upon hearing this, on her beautiful face, was filled with uncontrollable fear. In this world, 60 years ago the blood moon appeared. Weirdness descended. The world structure changed drastically. Everything revolved around ghosts. It was from that day onward. School grades were no longer based on math, physics, and chemistry, but on teaching weird game dungeons. Although the college entrance exam still changed a person's fate, it had also become a survival test in real weird dungeons, where one could lose their life carelessly. Su Ling was a graduating candidate this year. Tomorrow was her college entrance exam, the day she entered the weird dungeon. Weird dungeons were called games, but their danger was indescribable. Even if one was unlucky to be selected into a dungeon above C rank, for a beginner, it was fatal. Thinking of this, Su Ling could not help but tremble, filled with fear. It was at this moment you walked out of the bedroom, quickly putting on a jacket. You said to your sister, Su Ling Xiaoling, I have some business to attend to and will be away for a few days. If you go out, remember to lock the door. Before Su Ling could refute, a door closing sound rang out. You walked out the door. At first, Su Ling thought this shut-in brother had finally decided to go out for her sake, but he just left after saying that one sentence. How wronged. Brother actually forgot about her college entrance exam. That's right, you are Su Ling's brother. The two had depended on each other since childhood. In Su Ling's memory, you had been diligent and ambitious. When you took the college entrance exam, you passed as the top scorer of Zhanghai City. Even the house they lived in now was a reward for your top scorer achievement back then. At that time, Su Ling admired you immensely. She even took you as her goal, determined to become someone like you in the future. But somehow at some point, you seem to have changed. No longer participating in weird dungeons. You became a shut-in, staying in your room all day doing who knows what. She had comforted herself. In this world, as long as her brother was alive, that was enough. But as time passed, seeing her brother so decadent, she could not help but feel angry. Her former hero. How had he become like this? Stinky brother, deadbeat brother. You actually forgot such an important thing as my college entrance exam. That could get me killed. Brother, how did you become like this? She grew more and more wronged. Then her phone rang. Picking it up, she saw it was indeed you calling. She felt comforted. I knew it. Brother would never abandon me. But when she answered, she almost broke down. Xiaoling, remember to clean my room for me. After saying that, you hung up directly. Just one sentence. Almost broke Su Ling. She was stunned. Then she snapped out of it, shouting at the phone, I will be the one to clean your room. She threw the phone on the sofa, completely deflated. After about 10 minutes, she sighed. Really, I owe you. After complaining, she got up to clean your room one last time. Just then she seemed to think of something. While walking, she turned on the live stream. She gave a wry smile and waved to the phone screen. Hello everyone, I am the magical girl Erglin. Today might be my last day, streaming for everyone in this form. At this point she felt a bit sad. Her brother usually stayed busy in his room. She relied on streaming to get by. Goddess, what's wrong? Why is this your last stream? Yeah, little Ling Goddess. Tell us if you have any problems. Isn't the streamer going to participate in the weird game? As soon as that was said, the chat of the 300 or 400 viewers fell into a brief silence. Seeing this, Su Ling was also stunned. Then she smiled bitterly. Pushing open your door, she sat in your chair. Sigh. This netizen guessed right. Tomorrow, I will take the college entrance exam. Seeing Su Ling's obvious low mood, the viewers quickly comforted her. Don't worry, host. I have participated in 4 dungeons already. If I'm lucky, 4 times, they were all low-level dungeons. Although the rewards are not rich, the danger is very low. Yeah, Goddess, you are so beautiful and kind. Lady Luck will favor you. Right. Actually, as long as you are not selected for a level 1 dungeon, there is a chance of survival. Just be careful, host. You will definitely be fine. Come on, Goddess. We are all waiting for you to return. Seeing the netizens comfort her, she felt warm inside. At this time, her viewer count was also growing, already reaching 1,000 online viewers. Normally she might be happy, but now she could not. Suddenly a comment caught her eye. Host, where are you now? What is that plaque on the shelf behind you? Noticing this comment, Su Ling frowned slightly. Then she pointed her phone at the shelf behind her and took out the lighter-sized plaque. She asked in confusion, what's wrong? I'm in my brother's room. Is there something special about this plaque? She really did not know what it was. She was very puzzled. It was completely black. with what seemed to be a crimson sun printed on it. Not understanding, she asked the chat, "Does anyone know what this is?" Then the person who had just commented typed out a long message. "Well, host, who is your brother? How is he so impressive?" This seems to be the store manager's nameplate of the weird game dungeon, Starlight Convenience Store. As soon as this was said, the entire chat exploded. Whoa, it really is. It looks very similar to the store manager's nameplate, published by the National Weird Department. I remember too. No way, host, are you deceiving us? Having the Starlight Convenience Store manager's nameplate means becoming the manager of that store, entering any dungeon below A rank. They have to give you face. A get out of jail free card for dungeons below A rank. My god, the host is hiding it deep, and we were so worried about you. Seeing these comments, Su Ling was stunned. She quickly explained, "No, I really am not deceiving you. I don't know where this Starlight Convenience Store manager's nameplate came from. It might be my brother's. In other words, my shut-in brother is the manager of Starlight Convenience Store. With the exposure of this weird dungeon, Starlight Convenience Store manager's nameplate, the viewer count rose. From the original 1,000 online viewers, it had reached 5,000 online viewers. Su Ling was now a bit busy, not because of the surge in viewers, but because her brother might actually be the manager of Starlight Convenience Store. If all this was true, then she had misunderstood her brother. Her brother had not become a shut-in, but had become the Starlight Convenience Store manager. At this moment, the comments in the chat also surged. Some even began to explain. The Starlight Convenience Store manager, although not the actual owner of the Starlight Convenience Store, has a monthly salary of about 20,000 ghost coins. As everyone knows, the exchange rate between real-world currency and ghost coins is 10-1. That means, if this nameplate is real, your brother earns about 200,000 RMB per month. Megot. Who knew Little Ling Goddess was a little rich lady? The streamer's brother is even more amazing. Being able to stay in a weird dungeon, even as a permanent clerk, is already an elite. Her brother is a store manager. Little Ling Goddess, you hide it deep. After seeing the chat's explanations, Su Ling became excited. After all, her family was quite tight. Even she had been supporting her brother, with the meager income from streaming. If this was true, she would not only have to work so hard, but would also gain a get-out-of-jail-free card for A rank and below dungeons. Thinking of this, she became excited. But just then, a comment completely poured cold water on her. Host, stop dreaming. Someone who can serve as an A-rank dungeon store manager must at least be an A-rank ghost tamer. Such elite talents are registered by the state and receive subsidies. If your brother is an A-rank ghost tamer, how could you not know? That's right, since the weirdness descended, as long as humans enter the weird game, they are affected by the weird world. Their bodies are greatly enhanced. At that time, anyone who enters the weird game becomes an F-rank ghost tamer, corresponding to the weird game. The initial level with no combat power whatsoever. After 60 years of development, the weird game has a complete system. Initial level, daily level, ordinary level, A rank, B rank, C rank, D rank, dangerous level, perilous level, nightmare level, SS rank, ghost level, SSS rank, disaster level. The highest known ghost to humanity is the SSS disaster class Reawakened Mountain Ghost King. On the human side, as long as one reaches level 1, they are conscripted by the state to become a unified ghost tamer. Not only are they highly respected, their benefits are excellent. So after the analysis from this comment, Su Ling herself began to doubt. And just then, with a photo being posted, the chat completely exploded. Holy crap. This is the real Starlight Convenience Store manager's nameplate. Right, I remember now. The Starlight Convenience Store manager's nameplate is platinum, with a trace of star red and a crescent moon representing identity. But the nameplate in the host's hand, although its structure is very similar to Starlight Convenience Stores, is completely black. And it seems to have a full moon on it. This is a replica. And they even got the style wrong. I thought the host found a treasure. Turns out, it's just junk. You can't say that. Looking at its craftsmanship, it is very similar to the officially released photo. Apart from the different style, there is no difference. It's a nice art piece to collect and play with. These comments were like buckets of cold water, completely shattering Su Ling's hopes. She sighed. Right, how could a shut-in brother possibly be the manager of Starlight Convenience Store? She was clearly disappointed and had no mood to continue streaming. Alright everyone, today's stream ends here. I hope I can come back. Goodbye. After saying goodbye to the viewers, she closed the stream. Then she cleaned her brother's room one last time. She stopped in front of the cabinet, where the Starlight Convenience Store manager's nameplate was placed. Looking at the fake nameplate, Su Ling picked it up again. Forget it, I don't know if I'll come back alive. I'll take it as my brother's company. After putting away the nameplate, the night passed without incident. Early the next morning, Su Ling did not prepare much. Now the weird college entrance exam did not require an admission ticket. The weird world would automatically recognize and teleport you directly. She went downstairs, and together with her best friend Jiang Tong, came to Zhanghai City No. 1 High School. After gathering on the school field, one could clearly see Su Ling's body trembling slightly. There was no helping it. Her brother was the top scorer, but she was a true underachiever. At this moment, Jiang Tong patted her on the back and said carelessly, "Oh, Xiaoling, don't panic. There are only 20 people in our class. If we encounter a large or medium dungeon, the chance of us being together is 100%. Even if we encounter a small dungeon, there is a 1/5 chance we will be together. Don't worry, I will protect you." With Jiang Tong's comfort, Su Ling was finally not so afraid. But at this moment, a boy behind them shouted, "Hey!" A ghostly face appeared before her eyes, startling Su Ling. Then bursts of ridicule came. "Isn't this our school beauty, Su? Scared by just a ghostly face? Later when you enter the weird world, don't wet your pants. Why not agree to Wang Xiao's pursuit? Wang Xiao has a C-rank binding talisman. As long as you agree to be with Wang Xiao, he can let you both enter the same C-rank dungeon." Several boys were stirring things up, especially Wang Tianlin's #1 lackey, Lin Wei, who shouted the loudest. Wang Tianlin was a rich second generation, always pursuing Su Ling, who was the school beauty. Of course, even with the weirdness descending, money still ruled. As the saying goes, money makes the world go round. With money, you can act like a big shot anywhere. At this moment, Wang Tianlin walked towards Su Ling and sneered. "Su Ling, stop pretending to be reserved. I have played with all kinds of women. Playing hard to get doesn't work on me. I will give you one last chance. Be with me. I will ensure you get through the first dungeon. You should know, even with these ghost items my father gave me, I can only safely get through a C-rank dungeon, let alone someone as poor as you." What do you think? He was very domineering. But it didn't work on Su Ling. After seeing her brother's former glory, it seemed her standards had changed. She completely looked down on these idle rich second generations. She clenched her fists and shouted, "What did you say?" A group of boys immediately surrounded them. Jiang Tong quickly protected Su Ling. Xiaoling told them to get lost. Didn't you hear? Jiang Tong had always been known for her toughness. Even the boys in the class couldn't beat her. Seeing this, Wang Tianlin also felt unlucky, glared at Su Ling, and snorted. Don't say I didn't give you a chance, let's go." He led his lackeys toward the back of the field. Jiang Tong quickly comforted Su Ling. "Xiaoling, are you okay?" Su Ling shook her head. "No, just a bit nervous. Let's go over too. It's about to start." She held the fake nameplate in her hand, and was ultimately somewhat disappointed. "Sure enough, stinky brother. Even at the last moment you didn't come to see me off," she complained in her heart. Then she and Jiang Tong arrived at the assembly point. After their homeroom teacher called the roll, he also gave them some advice. Don't worry too much. Generally speaking, students like you taking the exam are considered newbies, and a newbie's first dungeon will basically be assigned to D rank, or D rank goes without saying. As long as you don't seek death, you won't die. C rank is also relatively safe, with a mortality rate of only about 30%. No matter what dungeon you are assigned to, the teacher wants you all to come back safely. Alright, everyone line up. Come to the weird stone for identity verification, and draw your dungeon. The field was eerie too. Help these candidates adapt to the dungeon in advance. At this moment, some cheered, some cried. Yes, I got D rank. Good, I got C rank. Sure enough, Wang Tianlin used the C rank binding talisman, and got his wish, taking a few lackeys with him. After drawing a C rank dungeon, he even turned back and sneered. Next was Su Ling. She lowered her head and placed her hand on the weird stone, praying silently that it must be D rank. Must be D rank. The next moment, an extremely cold voice came from the weird stone. Identity verification successful. Candidate Su Ling drew a plus rank dungeon Starlight convenience store. Su Ling was completely frozen in place. Her mind went blank. Brother, goodbye. Candidates, please make final farewells. In 5 minutes, you will directly enter the A plus rank dungeon Starlight convenience store. Su Ling, A plus rank dungeon Starlight convenience store. Yao Lele, A plus rank dungeon Starlight convenience store. Jiang Tong, A plus rank dungeon Starlight convenience store. Lin Wei, A plus rank dungeon Starlight convenience store. Students whose names were called, please prepare. You will be the first group to enter the weird game. At this moment, a burly man in military uniform came before the four and led them into a classroom. With a serious expression, he said, "Unfortunately, you have drawn what is currently considered the most difficult dungeon. Please write your farewell letters. The last 4 minutes are for yourselves. We will definitely deliver your letters to your families." After saying that, the burly man walked out of the classroom. Inside the classroom, Yao Lele was terrified and cried while holding her head. Even the always optimistic Jiang Tong couldn't help trembling. Su Ling's mind was blank, as if time itself had stopped. An A-rank dungeon was currently the highest difficulty dungeon, even for a group of experienced ghost tamers. The mortality rate for entering such a dungeon was over 80%. Before coming to draw the dungeon, Su Ling had seen online. During the 60 years of college entrance exams, A-rank dungeons had opened a total of 8,432 times, admitting 127013 people. Not a single person survived. For them as newbies, the mortality rate for an A-rank dungeon was 100%. Moreover, the Starlight convenience store, for some reason, had been raised to A+ rank. You can imagine. Her mind had now crashed, even though she usually had a good mentality. At this moment she completely broke down. Her mind was filled with thoughts of her brother. Who could have known that her brother's hurried farewell yesterday would be their final goodbye? When she came to her senses, the timer in the classroom showed 2 minutes remaining in the countdown. She smiled bitterly, picked up the pen and hastily wrote a few words. Brother, take care of yourself. Farewell. In fact, no matter how much she usually disliked her brother, the brother of the past was always so glorious in her heart. Every little memory, during these 4 minutes, played like a movie making her reminisce. But everything was over. She was going to die. In the weird world, death meant true death. Having drawn an A-rank dungeon, she could not come back alive. Actually, what she worried about most was you. She hadn't yet seen the return of her brother who was once like a hero. She sighed. And at this moment, Jung Tong had already come behind her and hugged her tightly. Xiaoling, don't be afraid. I will protect you. Even though Jung Tong knew that once they entered the dungeon, they would face certain death. But at this moment, she wanted to be Su Ling's strongest support. Then she released Su Ling's shoulders, trying to force a smile. Xiaoling, this is great. We will never be apart for life. What if it's an A-rank dungeon? Others can't survive. That doesn't mean we can't. The higher the dungeon level, the greater the reward. Then we will join forces and be invincible, and leave them utterly defeated. As she spoke, Jung Tong even gestured. She was full of bravado, being teased by Jung Tong. Su Ling couldn't help but laugh. It was at this moment, an indescribable feeling swept over her. They only felt a spatial distortion. The next moment when they regained consciousness, they were already inside the Crimson Convenience Store. Su Ling regained consciousness first. The moment she arrived here, she could smell a strong stench hitting her face. It was a smell of blood mixed with rot, a mixture that was simply unbearable. Then a blue desert appeared before her eyes. Welcome to the weird game. This is the A+ rank dungeon Starlight Convenience Store. Players, you will work here for 3 days. After gaining the recognition of the ghost manager, you may leave upon completing the internship. Then, a chilling voice sounded. Starlight Convenience Store was founded by an unknown ghost. His identity is unknown, but he recognized some positions. Objective: survive 3 days. Hint: there are 3 identity nameplates in the Starlight Convenience Store. Find the nameplate to gain his recognition. Those who do not find a nameplate will die. Please note, due to the high rank of this dungeon, all rules are unknown. Do not try to be clever. All winning players will be in place. Quest issued. Please find your own identity nameplate and go to the corresponding position. Wishing you all success. The game begins. As this cold voice faded, the other 3 also woke up. Of course, they also heard the game guide voice. Even Yao Lele unconsciously acted pitiful and threw herself into Lin Wei's arms. Her looks were no match for Su Ling, but Lin Wei, used to being a lackey, accepted anyone, compared to these two being lovey-dovey. Jung Tong came to Su Ling's side the moment she woke up. The two looked at each other. Then Jung Tong whispered, Xiaoling, here you must be careful not only of ghosts, but also of humans. After all, killing here is not a crime. Even though there is a global live broadcast, the real world won't Su weird incidents. With that she grinned. But don't worry, I said I would protect you. Come on, let's go find the identity nameplates first. There are only 3 inches total. This world is cruel. For this first task, one of us 4 will die. We need to hurry. Jung Tong grabbed Su Ling and was about to move, but she found Su Ling seemed frozen in place. Xiaoling, she frowned, not knowing what was happening. At this moment, Su Ling was almost shocked, because the moment the cold voice ended, another prompt sounded. Congratulations, player. Found the highest identity nameplate of Starlight Convenience Store. Owner's badge. All employees of Starlight Convenience Store, welcome the owner to inspect the store. Su Ling truly couldn't believe it. That meant her brother's identity nameplate was indeed not a store manager's badge, but the highest identity badge in this A+ rank dungeon, the owner's badge. Su Ling truly couldn't believe it. She was completely shocked. She'd only taken it as a keepsake. Now it had truly become her get-out-of-jail-free card. It was while she was stunned. The global live broadcast also started, as the players took their positions. Now bullet after bullet scrolled by, finally waiting for it. The annual rookie comedy show begins. Hey, isn't that goddess Xiaoling, the one who got excited over a fake nameplate last night? Yeah, she went offline quickly after being exposed. Maybe she couldn't handle it. She is so lucky to actually be assigned to an A+ rank dungeon. Look at her. She's probably scared silly, not even rushing to grab a nameplate. Is she just waiting to die? Newbies are so funny. I bet she's still thinking about her brother's fake nameplate. Ah, what a pity. Such a pretty girl. Will die on the first task. To be honest, Su Ling was still in disbelief. If it weren't for the eerie chill of the convenience store, she would have thought she was dreaming. The Starlight Convenience Store owner's badge was real. That meant the brother she thought was a shut-in was actually that figure mentioned in the game guide. To be certain, she moved her mind. Her personal screen showed her information. Player, Su Ling, age 18, rank F rank. Current dungeon, A+ rank, Starlight Convenience Store. Identity Starlight Convenience Store owner. Has absolute control over Starlight Convenience Store. Items. Starlight Convenience Store owner's badge, A+ rank. A rank and below ghosts. Cannot actively attack you. Ghost coins, 0. Indeed, her personal panel had completely changed. All of this was true. Her brother truly was the owner of Starlight Convenience Store. You should know the reason Starlight Convenience Store was an A-rank dungeon was because its rules were unknown, with a 100% mortality rate. And the main reason was that there was likely a level 1 ghost inside. And Su Ling now had this owner's badge. It means taking the place of her brother, becoming the owner of Starlight Convenience Store. Any employee of Starlight Convenience Store cannot harm her. On the contrary, if any ghost wants to actively harm her, the employees of Starlight Convenience Store must protect her with their lives. The key is that this is a get-out-of-jail-free card for a level 1 dungeon. She let out a coquettish snort and cursed you in her heart, stinky brother. Deadbeat brother, how much more are you hiding? After returning to the real world this time, she must ask you properly, what else have you been hiding from me? She was happy. At least with the identity of Starlight Convenience Store owner, she and Jung Tong's lives were saved. And Starlight Convenience Store was an A+ rank dungeon. If they could successfully complete it, the rewards they could obtain were also extremely rich. She was now already imagining the scene of returning to the real world, in a grand and glorious manner. But to the outside world, this looked as if she was completely stunned. In the live stream, bullets were flying. It is indeed the annual rookie variety show of dying in new ways. She must be scared silly. What a pity. With such a pretty face, if she could find a rich backer, she wouldn't have died in her first dungeon. What a pity. Can't she just make more Starlight Convenience Store manager nameplates? Let her take a few more. What a pity the time to search for nameplates is almost up. Both of them are doomed. Look, the other two in their group have already found nameplates. At this moment, Lin Wei and Yao Lele arrived, breathless beside Su Ling and Jung Tong. Lin Wei held 3 waiter nameplates and waved them in front of the two. With a malicious smile, he said, "School Beauty Su, I found all 3 identity nameplates of Starlight Convenience Store. Hey, how about you give me a kiss, and I'll give you one." As he spoke, he licked his lips. Extremely lewd. As expected of the school beauty so fair and soft, no wonder even Wang Xiao wanted to taste her. "But I'll have a taste first," saying that he reached for Su Ling. But at that moment, Jung Tong directly kicked Lin Wei in the shin. A scream rang out. Lin Wei fell to his knees. Jung Tong glared at him fiercely and said sternly, "Lin Wei, if you keep being so shameless, I will tear your mouth apart." Seeing this, Yao Lele quickly helped Lin Wei up and looked at the two with resentment, shouting, "Ingrates. Serves you right for dying." Then she said coquettishly to Lin Wei, "Wei Gei, don't mind them. They are doomed anyway." Just as her words fell, a strange bell sounded, like a death knell, shaking the hearts of the living. The next moment, the temperature inside the convenience store seemed to drop by 10 degrees. The convenience store door swung open. A suit-clad male ghost with only half a face and a height of 3 meters walked in. Wherever he went, malice permeated, as if space itself was distorted. Seeing this, Jung Tong quickly stepped forward, protecting Su Ling. Her body could be clearly seen trembling. Yes, facing an A+ rank ghost, it would be false not to be afraid. Lin Wei and Yao Lele were even so scared they fell to the ground. Seeing this, the bullets started rolling. This batch of newbies has really poor mental fortitude, but unexpectedly, that Su Ling had the best mental fortitude among them. Standing still without moving, she's good for nothing, probably scared stiff, waiting to die. Don't forget she doesn't have an identity nameplate. Hey, boring. Probably another rookie groveling scene. No novelty at all, the bullets complained. At this moment, Su Ling tightly held Jung Tong's hand from behind. Although Jung Tong was still very scared, she was comforted and no longer trembled as much. The ghost manager got closer and closer. Finally, he stopped beside Lin Wei and Yao Lele, who were in front. His extremely cold gaze swept over the 4 newbies. His remaining eyeball, which could fall out at any moment, was full of disdain and contempt. That's right, in the weird world, ghosts were the masters, and these humans were generally regarded as livestock, food. He contemptuously scanned these humans who were worse than ants. Suddenly he was clearly startled. The exposed heart, hanging by a blood vessel, beat rapidly twice. Boss, he couldn't believe it. But through his ghostly senses, he confirmed that familiar aura. Immediately he withdrew his aggressive gaze. At this time the temperature rose slightly. Lin Wei and Yao Lele in front also breathed a sigh of relief. It seemed the A+ dungeon wasn't that scary after all. Yao Lele immediately got up and knelt before the ghost manager. "Manager, I report that Su Ling and Jung Tong did not find identity nameplates." Jung Tong's mind seemed to explode. Blank. Even the hand holding Su Ling tightened. "We're doomed, we're dead. Xiao Ling, I don't want to die." Facing death. Although she didn't retreat, the fear in her heart was undeniable. At this moment, even Lin Wei glared at Yao Lele with resentment, then looked at Su Ling regretfully, not having tasted the school beauty's body. What a pity! What a pity! Hearing this, although Yao Lele was unwilling, she provocatively looked at Su Ling, like a victor claiming sovereignty. Seeing this, the bullets felt shameless. These two are truly villains. They clearly found 3 identity nameplates, and could have saved one of them, but they had no intention of taking them out. There is a saying. In the weird game, the thing to be most careful of is not ghosts, but humans. Although this situation has been seen many times, it still feels disgusting. Hey, they're both doomed. Boring, let's go, let's go. The audience criticized, but could do nothing. But at this moment, the ghost manager's expression darkened, and he stared at Lin Wei and the other, and said, "All right. Those who found identity nameplates, go to your posts. Now I will assign positions. Lin Wei, you will be a sales assistant. Yao Lele, you will be the Odin cook. By the way, there is a shortage of ingredients recently. Use your arm as ingredients." As he spoke, black ghost energy, like a blade, directly severed Yao Lele's right arm. A scream rang out. Blood gushed from the smooth wound. Also, don't waste the blood. Boil it all in the Odin for the customers. The ghost manager was expressionless, but left all the viewers stunned. Whoa. Logically, getting an identity nameplate should bring rewards. Why did the ghost manager give the hardest 2 jobs to them? Right. The sales assistant must introduce products to ghosts. If the ghosts are unsatisfied, there is a risk of death. And the Odin cook. If the Odin doesn't taste good, the ghosts will choose to eat him directly. This is not a reward at all. It is a punishment. And the harshest punishment in the history of Starlight Convenience Store. No wonder Starlight Convenience Store was upgraded to A+ rank. Even those who completed the task got this treatment. Then those 2 girls are certainly doomed. The bullets were shocked. At this moment, the ghost manager's extremely cold gaze also fell on Su Ling and Zhang Tong. Is it my imagination? Why does the ghost manager seem gentler? Just as the bullets were all puzzled, the ghost manager raised that withered finger, pointing at Zhang Tong, his tone noticeably softer. Zhang Tong, although you did not find an identity nameplate, the cashier position at Starlight Convenience Store is currently empty. You will be the cashier. By the way, the cashier's job is simple. As long as you don't miscalculate, no customer will cause trouble. As his voice fell, not only the bleeding Yao Lele and the miserable Lin Wei, but even the viewers in the live stream were stunned. Whoa, wait. That is an A+ rank ghost manager. A great fierce ghost about to become S rank nightmare level. How could he speak so gently to Zhang Tong? In theory, not completing the task should be punished. But she didn't complete the task, and instead, got a reward. Not only getting the simplest cashier job, but also receiving a hint from the ghost manager. This works too. Those who completed the task were punished. Those who didn't complete the task got rewarded. Mom, is this still the terrifying A+ rank dungeon? Hey, look fast. The ghost manager is taking Su Ling away. When the viewers came to their senses, Su Ling had indeed followed the ghost manager toward the employee area behind the convenience store. Soon they arrived at the manager's office. The bullets started flying. Interesting, interesting. Could the ghost manager also be attracted to Su Ling's beauty? Now I'm not sleepy anymore. I was about to leave. But first I saw the dungeon rules overturned. Now the ghost manager is taking a school beauty to the office. Is it going to be something not suitable for children? I bet Su Ling is going to grovel to the ghost manager. After all, she didn't complete the task. There's a good show coming, the audience joked, and stared intently at the live stream, not daring to miss any detail. But the next moment, something unexpected happened. The ghost manager actually knelt before Su Ling. He knelt, the bullets filled with question marks. And at this moment, the ghost manager completely changed, showing a half-faced fawning expression. Rubbing his hands together, he smiled and said, "I didn't know the boss was coming. I failed to welcome you from afar. It is my negligence as manager. I even let those humans insult the boss. I deserve to die. I begged the boss to punish me." The bullets were about to crash. Boss. They were shocked. They had originally stayed to watch Su Ling's joke. But now, you're telling me. Su Ling is the owner of the A+ rank dungeon, Starlight Convenience Store. The live stream with 1 million viewers fell silent instantly. Even the bullets seemed to disappear. The silence wasn't just in the live stream. Even inside the manager's office, there was silence. To be honest, Su Ling hadn't recovered from the sight of an A+ rank ghost kneeling before her. Until this moment, everything was finally proven. The Starlight Convenience Store owner's badge was real. Her brother's identity as the owner of Starlight Convenience Store was also completely confirmed. After a brief moment of shock, she waved her hand somewhat flusteredly at the ghost manager. "Ghost manager, please get up. This Starlight Convenience Store owner's badge belongs to my brother. Strictly speaking, I am not the owner of Starlight Convenience Store. You don't need to be so polite." She felt uneasy, although she knew that the Starlight Convenience Store owner's badge was a very powerful ghost treasure. She never expected that this treasure could make even the ghost manager, who was about to advance to a great fierce ghost, kneel to her. She was terrified. It was at this moment the live stream exploded. Whoa, I remember someone was mocking her brother yesterday, not knowing he was the owner of this Starlight Convenience Store. Being able to establish this kind of renowned level, fortune in the weird world, that is at least an S-rank ghost tamer. An S-rank ghost tamer is also someone to mock. That is an existence that can clash with great fierce ghosts. Even in the entire dragon country, S-rank ghost tamers are considered pillars of strength, rare in number. Each one is a national trump card. The key is who exactly is her brother. There are only so many S-rank ghost tamers in dragon country, all with names and surnames. None of them seem to have the surname Su, whoever it is. You all must remember, never provoke an S-rank ghost tamer, otherwise they don't even need to show up, to leave you with no place to die. The audience was shocked and also felt some lingering fear. At this moment in the scene, the ghost manager slowly stands up, seeming to try to imitate human laughter. He accidentally dropped his eyeball. Then, he hastily and clumsily put that eyeball back and continued to smile and said that person was able to give you the owner's badge. Then the entire Starlight Convenience Store is now yours. From now on, your words to all Starlight Convenience Store employees are commands. I will always protect your safety in the weird world. Please believe in my loyalty. I have sold myself for 1 million years, so I will never betray you. 1 million years. Su Ling was shocked. You should know that reaching the ghost manager level, especially owning an A+ rank establishment, and about to advance to level 4 Great Fierce Ghost. He is also very sought after in the weird world, with an annual salary of at least 500,000 ghost coins. 1 million years means 500 billion ghost coins. My god brother, could he be the richest ghost in the weird world? I'm afraid only the richest in the weird world could buy someone for 1 million years at once. At this moment, the ghost manager noticed Su Ling's bewilderment. He considerately used a smile even more eerie than before, and replied, no. It is indeed 1 million years, but that person did not buy me with ghost coins. I volunteered. That's right, for an A+ rank ghost like the ghost manager. Money alone is hard to satisfy them. Unless they volunteer, how could they sell themselves for 1 million years? But it is because of your identity. After all, you are Mr. Su of Anding District, the absolute ruler with countless properties in Anding District. He even knelt and begged you to accept him back then. Being able to work for you has been listed as the most glorious thing in Anding District, even more valuable than 500 billion ghost coins. So the ghost manager was now radiant with glory. Even the previous chill had completely disappeared. Hearing this, Su Ling nodded. That's right, I was still greedy. If my brother really had 500 billion ghost coins, we wouldn't have been so tight. But my brother is the owner of Starlight Convenience Store. Stinky brother, you weren't actually slacking off. Suddenly the image of her brother in Su Ling's heart became much taller. Just as Su Ling was still dreaming about the future, a sudden palpitation surged in her heart. Oh no, so uncomfortable. What is this? Strange wind chime sounds rang out, making Su Ling's heart race. Seeing this, the ghost manager's expression changed. He immediately raised his hand and sent out a ghost technique, which eased Su Ling's discomfort. At this moment, the ghost manager knelt down with a face full of fear. Boss, I am so sorry. I actually forgot that this is your first time entering the weird world. Because of my negligence, you felt uncomfortable. Please punish me. Hearing this, Su Ling was first stunned. Isn't it said that ghosts are bloodthirsty, brutal, and cruel? Why does the A+ rank ghost I met like to kneel so much? She still hadn't adapted to the role reversal, and quickly helped the ghost manager up. It's fine, it's fine. But what was that just now? Why did I feel uncomfortable in my heart when I heard those eerie wind chime sounds? After getting up, the ghost manager also explained to Su Ling, Boss, you may not know, Starlight Convenience Store is located on Huangquan Street in Anding District, backed by a high-end residential area for the dead. So there are often some low-level little ghosts who haven't fully controlled their ghostly cries, which can affect humans. And those wind chime sounds, whenever they ring, every shop on Huangquan Street has to open for business. Hearing this, Su Ling understood. It seemed the dungeon was about to begin. At this moment, she frowned slightly and said worriedly, Ghost manager, my best friend doesn't have an identity nameplate, but you arranged for her to be a cashier. She won't be in danger, right? As her voice fell, the ghost manager nodded heavily. Even that eyeball fell out. Boss, don't worry. Cashier is the safest job at Starlight Convenience Store. As long as your friend follows my instructions, doesn't leave her post, and doesn't miscalculate for customers, there will absolutely be no danger. Also, boss, you are the owner of Starlight Convenience Store. You don't need to call me manager. You can call me a Yang. That's what Mr. Su always called me. Su Ling nodded. Since Jiang Tong was not in danger, she felt relieved. As for the address, it didn't matter. At this moment, a Yang seemed to think of something and immediately walked to a safe box wrapped in rotting flesh and opened it directly. Boss, this is the income of Starlight Convenience Store for this year. I was originally waiting to hand it over to Mr. Su. Since Mr. Su gave you the owner's badge, then you should keep this money. As his voice fell, Su Ling looked at the safe box. Inside, there were stacks of banknotes emitting a faint star-red glow. Each stack was 10,000 ghost coins. And inside, there were actually 100 stacks, 1 million ghost coins. Su Ling was shocked. The next moment those ghost coins completely turned into star red light and directly merged into Su Ling's body. Su Ling's personal panel also changed. Player Su Ling, age 18, rank F rank, current dungeon, A+ rank, Starlight Convenience Store, identity Starlight Convenience Store owner, item Starlight Convenience Store owners, badge ghost coins 1 million, a full 1 million ghost coins. Su Ling was shocked. Not just her, even the viewers in the live stream were utterly astounded. Whoa, 1 million ghost coins. That is worth 10 million RMB, and it is a sustainable growing asset. Little Ling Goddess has a fixed annual income of 1 million ghost coins. Rich lady, a steady rich lady. So jealous. The brother that Little Ling Goddess thought was a shut-in is actually the owner of Starlight Convenience Store. I'm going home and forcing my brother to tell the truth with a stick. See what else this fat slacker is hiding from me. +1, +10086. Don't go you guys upstairs. I almost beat my brother to death. He didn't even let out a fart. I want a brother like that too. Wake up upstairs. What daydreaming in broad daylight. Little Ling Goddess is awesome. Little Ling Goddess, you are my god. Stop it upstairs. The official livestream can't be seen by Little Ling Goddess. By the way, Little Ling Goddess, do you mind having an extra sister-in-law? I have a slim waist and long legs, and am very skilled. The live stream was exploding. Not to mention 1 million ghost coins. Most viewers in the live stream had never even seen 1 million RMB. They were completely stunned. The ones who said they were leaving not only stayed, but shared the live stream everywhere. Instantly, this live stream, which had 1.2 million online viewers, surged to 75 million, tipping it to become the live stream with the most online viewers. During the college entrance exam period, in the frame at this moment, the ghost manager considerately closed the safe box, and then asked Su Ling, by the way, "Boss, what is your task? You can tell me, so I can help you complete the task quickly, and get the rewards." Hearing this, Su Ling shook her head. "I didn't find an identity nameplate, so my task was cleared." I see the ghost manager pondered for a moment, then continued, "It doesn't matter, boss. Every dungeon has a hidden task. In 3 days, the hidden task will trigger, then I will help you complete it. As long as I help you get an SSS rating, you are sure to become the top scorer this college entrance exam." Su Ling nodded heavily. At first, she was a candidate who turned pale at the mention of ghosts. Now, because of her brother's existence, she had become the owner of Starlight Convenience Store. Not only that, she not only had this A+ rank ghost to take care of her, but also received 1 million ghost coins, making her no longer afraid. Indeed, no matter where you are, money gives you confidence. Now, even though she was in a dungeon with a 100% mortality rate, she had a calm and composed demeanor, and all of this was thanks to her brother. Stinky brother. So that's why you didn't even see me off. You had already planned all this. Since that's the case, you could have at least told me, scared me to death. But since you arranged everything so well, I'll forgive you. But you hide things deep. When I get back, I'll strip you of everything you have. Su Ling smiled. Now, the A+ rank dungeon was nothing to her. With her brother's help, she was unstoppable. Her transformation was completely observed by the viewers. I've seen fierce ghosts take lives and spirits drag souls to devour humans. But this is the first time I've seen an A+ rank ghost groveling to a human like this. Yeah, the key is, he's offering to help Little Ling Goddess complete the task. Damn, this top scorer spot is practically hers. Don't be too optimistic. Didn't you hear the ghost manager? It's an S-rank hidden-tesk. Being able to get an S rating and still aim for an SSS rating is not something an A+ rank ghost can easily accomplish. But still, I want a brother like that. The viewer count was still surging, but without exception, everyone showed envious looks. They stared at the screen, all wanting to witness the birth of this top scorer. But at this moment, a scream came through the screen. Starlight Convenience Store. All 3 people followed the ghost manager's arrangement, returned to their respective posts, waiting for customers to arrive. Yao Lele's face was pale. She was personally cutting her own left arm with a knife, then piece by piece putting it into the Odin pot. He did not die from excessive blood loss. This was also a benefit of entering the weird world. From the moment they entered the weird world, everyone's body was enhanced to F rank. That is the initial level. At this moment, their bodies were all strengthened. Temporary blood loss would not cause death, but this was worse than death for him. Watching his own flesh being dismembered by himself, then piece by piece put into the pot to boil. This psychological pressure made him want to die. But the will to survive forced him to do so. So he could only look at Jiang Tong with resentment. At this moment, Jiang Tong frowned deeply, although she did not know why she passed the first stage and obtained the cashier job. Now her only concern was Su Ling. You should know Su Ling was always timid, being taken away by an A+ rank ghost. She must be scared to tears. No, I have to go find Xiao Ling. She gathered her courage and was about to move, when she heard a series of cold laughter. Heh, Jiang Tong. What are you pretending for? You should worry about yourself. When you come to a weird dungeon, who doesn't want to survive? You are worried about Su Ling now. She might already be having fun with the ghost manager. Hearing this, Jiang Tong slammed the table, pointing at Yao Lele's nose and cursing. You piece of trash. If anything happens to Xiaoling, I will be the first to chop you up. Don't think I'm joking. These words were filled with profanity, showing Jiang Tong's toughness. Yao Lele was someone who bullied the weak and feared the strong. She could never beat Jiang Tong, and now she was missing an arm, even less so. So she could only endure and continue to cut her own arm. No, Jiang Tong frowned deeply. Xiaoling absolutely cannot withstand such torment. She is so afraid of pain. I have to save her. With that, Jiang Tong looked around and picked up a pair of scissors sold in the convenience store. After all, in the weird world, things sold should be able to hurt ghosts. Even if it couldn't, it could at least boost her courage. Thinking this, she was about to rush to the office area. Before she could take a step, the wind chime made of human skulls at the door rang out. Then dozens of ghosts pushed open the door of Starlight convenience store together and rushed in. At this moment, a fat ghost was like a small mountain and rushed straight to the Odin area. His whole body covered in rotting flesh, with pieces of decayed meat falling off from time to time. The stench almost made Jiang Tong and Yao Lele vomit, but even so, Yao Lele still forced herself to suppress the nausea and squeezed out a seductive smile, quickly saying, Big brother, today's Odin is very fresh. There is also some freshly cut meat from me. Would Big brother like to try some? Big brother, good Big brother, buy some. She was desperate to survive. But to be fair, the fat ghost actually fell for it, licking his lips eagerly. Pieces of rotting flesh fell from his mouth. He laughed stupidly. Hehehehe. Just saying it is not enough. Is there a sample? I want to try one. He made the request. Yao Lele endured the disgust and took a piece of meat from the pot and handed it to the fat ghost. Big brother, how could I lie to you? If it tastes good, you should buy more. The fat ghost laughed stupidly, took that piece of arm meat and put it directly into his mouth, chewing, meh, not bad. Indeed, fresh enough. I will take all this fresh flesh. Good sister, this is for you. As he spoke, the fat ghost directly pulled out a 100 ghost coin bill and handed it to Yao Lele. Seeing this, Yao Lele was overjoyed. She had originally wanted to quickly complete her post tasks, to please the ghost manager, and then have him punish Su Ling and Jiang Tong severely. But now she was surprised to find that pleasing ghosts could also earn tips. Indeed, a coquettish woman had good luck. You should know ghost coins were the currency of the weird world, and they themselves contained a special energy, similar to spirit stones in cultivation novels, which could assist cultivation and increase rank. That was also why ghost coins could not be counterfeited. The key was in the weird world. Money could also do anything. Even before she came in, she heard that there was a special medicine in the weird world. For just 10,000 ghost coins, one bottle could allow a human to regenerate a lost limb. Did that mean she still had a chance to repair her arm? Thinking this, she became even happier. But there was a reason, for extreme joy begets sorrow. The next moment, whoosh, whoosh, from the gaps in the fat ghost's rotting flesh, waves of cold wind blew out. Then, before Yao Lele could react, the fat ghost directly raised his hand and tore off her other arm completely. Yao Lele fell to the ground in agony. Excruciating pain engulfed her whole body, 10,000 times more painful. Then when the ghost manager had cut off her arm, she screamed miserably. At this moment, the fat ghost casually tossed that arm into the Odin pot, then smiled with satisfaction. Good sister, you are so delicious. Let Big Brother eat more. Checking out, he did not care about Yao Lele's life or death. Even humans were just livestock in his eyes. Food was already the greatest respect he could give. So after packing the cooked fresh meat himself, he came directly to the counter to pay. But at this moment, Jiang Tong saw this and became even more worried about Su Ling. Even a ghost customer could abuse humans so wantonly, let alone a higher-ranked ghost manager. Jiang Tong could not stay any longer. No, Xiaoling, wait for me. She grabbed the scissors and was about to run out. This displeased the fat ghost. I told you to check out, he roared, his expression instantly turning angry, and he screamed at Jiang Tong. But Jiang Tong had no time to pay attention to him. She knew that every second she delayed, Su Ling's danger increased by 1 point. She had to act quickly. She took the scissors and quickly stepped over the counter. But the next moment, she seemed to hit an invisible wall and fell heavily to the ground. The pain made it hard for her to get up for a moment, but she still persisted, crawling forward with her fingers on the ground. Xiaoling, she called out. The fat ghost was furious and let out a howl. Starlight convenience store is becoming less and less respectful to customers. His jaw split open, revealing a mouth full of fangs, as if about to devour Jiang Tong. At this critical moment, a stern voice rang out. Damn the boss's friend, you dare to touch her. Then came a roar. At this moment, everyone was stunned. The boss's friend, Jiang Tong. When did she become a friend of the Starlight convenience store owner? This question echoed in everyone's mind. With the ghost manager's shout, all people and ghosts in Starlight convenience store were almost simultaneously frozen in place, including the fat ghost who was about to devour Jiang Tong. The fat ghost's rotting flesh flew everywhere. Waves of putrid odor, accompanied by ghost energy, emanated from his body. He waved and faced the approaching ghost manager and sneered. Hey, the boss's friend, he asked mockingly. Who on Huangquan Street doesn't know that the owner of Starlight Convenience Store has been missing for 3 years? As soon as this was said, in the live stream showing Jung Tong's perspective, comments also started flying. Right, he didn't mention it. I almost forgot. The owner of Starlight Convenience Store seems to have mysteriously disappeared 3 years ago, someone responded. Is that the point? Being able to be the owner of Starlight Convenience Store is at least a fierce ghost. How could this little girl participating in her first weird dungeon have a fierce ghost friend? Someone questioned. No doubt about it. Don't forget the ghost manager is also an A+ rank ghost. What he says is correct. Someone affirmed. Whoa, amazing, someone exclaimed. But who exactly is the owner of Starlight Convenience Store? Everyone was also curious. The ghost manager could say that was the owner of Starlight Convenience Store who had been missing for 3 years back, just as everyone was confused. A graceful figure appeared in the frame. Su Ling. Someone exclaimed Xiaoling. At this moment, the ghost manager looked at the fat ghost with disdain, then solemnly said, let me introduce everyone. This is our new owner of Starlight Convenience Store. As soon as this was said, the whole place was stunned. Even the live stream fell silent for 3 seconds. Then the entire live stream exploded. Whoa, really? She is actually the owner of Starlight Convenience Store. Someone couldn't believe it. The ghost manager said it himself. How could it be wrong? Someone believed it. Didn't you all notice? The ghost manager said new owner. That means she just came here and inherited the owner identity. Someone analyzed. Not just the live stream. Even the various ghosts inside Starlight Convenience Store were frozen in place. After all, others might not know, but they knew clearly who exactly the owner of Starlight Convenience Store was. That was someone known by the entire Huangquan Street, and even the high-end residential area for the dead. As Mr. Su, thinking of this, those ghosts unconsciously restrained their ghostly aura, and even stepped back a few steps. Lin Wei was already shocked. Only his pants were wet again, and he even trembled in fear. Yao Lele screamed in disbelief. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. How could she be the owner of Starlight Convenience Store? But while she was howling, the fat ghost licked his lips and directly opened his gaping mouth, devouring her entirely. Instantly steaming bloody flesh flowed down from his rotting body, utterly terrifying. Delicious. He casually devoured a human participating in the weird game, but the ghost manager did not interfere. After all, this was the rule of the weird world. Ghosts could freely devour humans. But seeing such a living person die before her eyes, Jung Tong still unconsciously moved back a little. Taking this opportunity, Su Ling quickly ran to Jung Tong's side. Xiaoling Jung Tong was still shaken. And this time, it was Su Ling who held her hand and gave her a sweet smile. Don't worry, Tong Tong. With me here, you will never be hurt. Suddenly, the fat ghost laughed without restraint. An F-rank human dares to speak so arrogantly. But you are really beautiful. How about becoming my concubine? I promise to hold back from eating you. As his voice fell, the ghost manager's surroundings, exuding faint, tangible yin energy. Black smoke completely filled the air. He shouted coldly audacious, how dare you disrespect the boss? You're asking for death. Then he looked at Su Ling. And Su Ling's face also turned cold. She said softly, kill. Seeing Su Ling's decisiveness, Jung Tong was stunned. After all, the Su Ling she knew, although beautiful, was also timid. How did she change so suddenly and become so fierce, so decisive? Wait, also, how could she be the owner of Starlight Convenience Store? Xiaoling, she called softly, but Su Ling just smiled and shook her head. Tong Tong, I will explain later. This time let me protect you. Although Jung Tong still had many questions, she nodded firmly, and at this moment, after receiving Su Ling's order, the ghost manager's face turned cold, and he sent out a ghost energy to kill this fat ghost. But at this moment, the fat ghost was laughing with disdain. You are just a lousy A+ rank, and you dare to bark in front of me. Do you know? My third uncle's fourth sister's husband's nephew's wife's third uncle's grandfather works at the ghost office on Huangquan Street. You know the ghost office on Huangquan Street. The weakest there is a ghost general. Even the director of the ghost office is an S+ rank. Trash ghost general. Do you dare to touch me? If you touch me, I can call over a ghost general in an instant. They don't understand. But you, ghost manager, should understand. The fat ghost laughed arrogantly. If someone didn't know, they would think he himself was a ghost general. But although the fat ghost was only a B+ rank ghost, hearing this, the ghost manager actually stopped his movements. After all, an S-rank ghost general was an existence that could rule an entire district, although Anding district was special, because it had a high-end residential area for the dead, with many ghost general level figures living there. That didn't mean it had no value. Overall, not to mention an A+ rank ghost. Even an A rank, an existence only one step away from S-rank ghost general, could be instantly killed by a ghost general. Moreover, there really was an S-rank ghost general at the ghost office. He frowned and looked at the fat ghost. Seeing this, the fat ghost's mocking laughter grew louder. Ha ha, trash. Ha ha ha. He licked his lips, revealing infinite greed, extremely lewd. Looking at Su Ling, he said, I've changed my mind now. Since you are the boss, you must be tastier than that clerk. I'm going to devour you now. Right now, the live stream was filled with lamentations. It's over, little Ling goddess is doomed. Hey, even if her brother is the owner of Starlight Convenience Store, he's at most an S rank. But this fat ghost also has an S rank backer. Yeah, and her brother is ultimately human. If a human attacks a ghost, they will be surrounded by a group of ghosts, no matter how powerful her brother is. Inside Anding District, he can't possibly defeat a group of ghost generals. A beauty lost. The live stream was mourning. Things weren't any better in Starlight Convenience Store. Zhang Tong tightly held Su Ling's hand. After thinking for a long time, she finally said, Xiao Ling, you should have the ghost manager take you and escape. That's right, with the ghost manager's strength, taking Su Ling to escape, the fat ghost would never catch up. But how could Su Ling abandon Zhang Tong? As if she had made a decision. She said to the ghost manager, a Yang, kill him if anything happens. I'll take responsibility. As soon as this was said, the live stream completely exploded. Whoa, little Ling goddess is so cool. Kill him if anything happens. I'll take responsibility. Love it. Truly love it. Little Ling goddess is mighty. You all are too optimistic. Don't forget, behind this fat ghost is a ghost general. If he dis, little Ling goddess might face terrifying retaliation. The live stream discussions were endless. Worry began to spread. Even if he and Qingling couldn't solve the problem, it might even cause great trouble for her brother. It was really too reckless. She could have escaped herself. Now she might even drag her brother down. Some began to criticize Xiao Ling's decision. Didn't she know how hard it was for the country to cultivate an S-rank ghost tamer? The discussions revealed awe for power levels and dissatisfaction with Xiao Ling's actions. What the hell? Should she just watch her best friend get killed? Others also stood up to defend Xiao Ling. For a moment, two camps formed in the live stream and started a fierce argument. It was at this moment, the ghost manager was astonished. He began to admire Su Ling's boldness, thinking to himself, so similar. If Mr. Su were here, he would definitely do the same. Damn boss, an F rank is this bold. An A+ rank ghost, why should I be afraid? The ghost manager was excited. His courage multiplied. Fight him. Damn it, thinking this, he was relieved and immediately clenched his hand, gathering waves of dark ghost energy in his palm, forming a ghost energy blade, like a black sword aura, slashing toward that fat ghost. At the same time, at the Huangquan Street ghost office, about 10 ghost generals no less than S rank gathered there, with stern expressions, as if holding a very important meeting. Suddenly, a hanged ghost with an extremely long tongue stuck out his tongue and said seriously, is the information accurate? Mr. Su's sister has really come to our jurisdiction. That's right, we have confirmed the information. She is currently in Starlight Convenience Store within our jurisdiction, participating in the game. Another S-rank ghost general confirmed the news, causing all the ghost generals present to become tense. What are we waiting for? Let's go pick her up immediately. The ghost generals began to worry, fearing for Su Ling's safety. Yeah, what are you all thinking? What if some fool offends this young lady? We'll all be in big trouble. They worried about Su Ling being mistreated. Why did the news come so slowly? We should have gone to greet her in a line. As soon as she entered the dungeon, a ghost general complained about the slow message delivery. But we all look so scary. Might we scare her? Some ghost generals also considered the possible impact of their appearance. So director, maybe you should go. You're about to be promoted to SS rank. You look the most human. Besides, back then, it was Mr. Su who brought you here to manage Huangquan Street. You're the most suitable. They finally decided to let the soon-to-be promoted director go. Instantly, all the ghost generals turned their gaze to the main seat. Hearing this, the ghost in the main seat turned around. A delicate face revealed, no different from a normal person, just with very pale skin. So pale it was unsettling, especially those ruby-like eyes, with traces of star-red light shimmering, brilliant and crystal clear. Her waist was slender, graceful, and elegant, especially with that dark red maid outfit. It added even more charm. Even when she stood up, her toes were not visible, but she always had a cold demeanor, giving off a feeling that was hard to get close to. At this moment, she raised her slender jade finger, gently tapping the table, and pointed at the long-tongued hanged ghost Libo. You come with me. Without caring whether Libo agreed or not, she directly raised her hand. A gust of ghostly wind wrapped around the two and broke through the door of the ghost office. On the other side at Starlight Convenience Store, the ghost manager's speed was too fast. That black ghost energy blade, before anyone could react, was already slashing toward the fat ghost's neck. Seeing this, the fat ghost panicked. He truly never expected that this F-rank human ant would actually dare to order the ghost manager to kill him. The key was he was only B+ rank, and the ghost manager was A+ rank, a full major level above. Under the ghost manager's overwhelming ghost pressure, he had no room to resist. The fat ghost let out a desperate cry. I don't want to die. His fear reached its peak. You won't save me. The one he called out to was the ghost office relative he was barely connected to. Now, He could only pin his hopes on this relative, and just as his voice fell, boom suddenly, waves of surging ghost energy turned into wind, blasting open the door of Starlight Convenience Store. The next moment, a hanged ghost with an extremely long tongue revealed himself from the black mist, and in front of him was a cold and aloof lady, dressed in a dark red maid outfit. Especially her proud figure was simply breathtaking. With the appearance of the two, just the ghost energy emanating from the hanged ghost completely shattered the ghost energy blade that the ghost manager had unleashed. Everyone and every ghost present was shocked. They realized that before them was an S-rank ghost general. In an instant, waves of solid ghost energy erupted with endless crimson light, flowing from the female ghost's body, instantly suppressing everyone and every ghost present, making them completely unable to move. The livestream viewers saw this and felt an unprecedented shock. This is an S-rank ghost general. No wonder it's rated as nightmare level. Even seeing it through the screen, I feel immense pressure. The livestream viewers began expressing their shock and fear. What S-rank ghost general? That hanged ghost is an S-rank ghost general. This one might be that SSS rank ghost general. The director of the Huangquan Street Ghost Office. Someone recognized the female ghost's true identity. Whoa, this fat guy really hides his depth. With just one shout, he not only called an S-rank ghost general, but even the SSS rank ghost director. Now, not only Little Ling Goddess and the others are doomed, even the ghost manager will probably die. The viewers realized the seriousness of the situation. I didn't expect that fat guy to really have connections. Now it's trouble. You should know ghosts can put out wanted notices on humans. I bet even Little Ling Goddess's brother will end up on the Weird World wanted list. So reckless. Some began to worry that Xiao Ling's brother would also be implicated. You all are Monday morning quarterbacks. You were worshipping Little Ling Goddess just now. But as soon as something happens, the winds change immediately. I support Little Ling Goddess. Damn it, it's just a pity. Some viewers still firmly supported Xiao Ling. I thought Little Ling Goddess was guaranteed to be the top scorer this time. Now it seems A+ rank dungeons really aren't easy. Viewers worried about Xiao Ling's prospects. But who could have imagined that the fat ghost actually called an S-rank ghost general? Not only that, even that SSS rank ghost director of Huangquan Street was summoned. Now not only Su Ling and Zhang Tong will die, even the ghost manager and all the employees of Starlight Convenience Store will die. Seeing this, the fat ghost dragged his swollen body and quickly stood behind Li Bo, crying out with a wail. Li Bo, it was him. He actually dared to attack another ghost in the weird world and tried to kill me. I beg Li Bo to seek justice for me. And that ghost manager, he actually became a human's lackey. I beg Li Bo to punish him severely. Hearing this, Li Bo was startled. Sweat poured down his extremely long tongue. Seeing this, the fat ghost was puzzled. Li Bo, are you hot? Li Bo remained silent and blinked at him. Li Bo, are your eyes uncomfortable? Just right, you can gouge out that little bitch's eyes to nourish you. A big question mark appeared on Li Bo's face. The next moment, his face turned completely black. So they are really going to make a move. Now Little Ling Goddess is truly doomed. The livestream viewers held their breath. The tense atmosphere reached its peak. At this moment, one could clearly feel as Li Bo and the ghost director entered Starlight Convenience Store. The temperature inside the entire store seemed to drop to freezing point. It was a bone-piercing cold. Everyone shivered. Seeing Li Bo's face darken, Lin Wei quickly crawled to his side, crying with tears and snot. Ghost uncle, no. Ghost grandfather. Lin Wei's plea was filled with despair and fear. Those shameful deeds. It was all that bitch Su Ling and the ghost manager. Nothing to do with me. Lin Wei was eager to distance himself from the incident, his voice filled with sobs. Ghost grandfather, I completed the task as soon as I came in. They only dared to offend your junior because the ghost manager backed them. I didn't. Please spare my life. Lin Wei continued to plead, hoping Li Bo would let him go. Please, he wailed pitifully, probably even crying for his own father wouldn't be this miserable. But at an inadvertent glance back, one could clearly see him sneer, with layers of mockery in it. After all, for unknown reasons, Su Ling had become the owner of Starlight Convenience Store. If he didn't do something, he would eventually be settled. Anyway, these ghosts were unpredictable. Yao Lele's death was right in front of him, so he only needed to stir things up. Not only to save his own life, but even to eliminate Su Ling and the ghost manager, killing two birds with one stone, just as he was proud of his cleverness. Suddenly, Li Bo lowered his head and roared at him. His long tongue turned into a black light whip and lashed at Lin Wei. Before Lin Wei could even react, he was whipped into pieces of flesh by that tongue. Seeing this, Zhang Tong vomited. Su Ling couldn't help but gasp. At this moment, the ghost manager frowned and stood in front of the two, showing humility, bowing toward the ghost director, and said, Director, all blame lies with me. It has nothing to do with the boss. If you want to punish someone, punish me alone. As his voice fell, the fat ghost also sneered. Hey, you are human's lackey. Still want to take the blame? Don't worry. Every single one of you today will die. The fat ghost's laughter was full of cruelty and glee. Hearing this, the livestream viewers were full of regret. The ghost manager is also a good ghost, still trying to protect Su Ling and the others at this time. What a pity originally with an A+ rank Ghost's help. The top scorer spot was secure, but who knew they would offend? Someone they couldn't afford and summon an SS rank Ghost General. They are doomed. Yeah, facing the Ghost Director is not something you can handle just by being the owner of Starlight Convenience Store. Indeed, A rank dungeons are hard to clear. Now 2 SS rank Ghost Generals appear, not to mention 2 rookies. Even veteran S rank Ghost Tamers would be done for. But something unexpected happened in the livestream. Lebo, that Ghost Director, said coldly. Then Lebo shuddered in fear. Even his tongue trembled. The next moment, his whole body shook. Waves of dark ghost energy burst from his body, turning into 1,000 ghost hands, grabbing directly at the fat ghost. He cried out in surprise, his hollow eyes wide open. Even streaks of filthy blood flowed from them. Infinite ghost energy erupted, forcing the fat ghost to kneel on the ground. Even his knees cracked. Bones and flesh flew everywhere. The scene was extremely terrifying. Lebo, the fat ghost, was still dazed. And at this moment, Lebo also knelt down with a thud, facing Su Ling's direction, and kowtowed heavily, wailing, "Miss, this fat bastard set me up. You must see clearly, and spare my life." Bang, 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 he kowtowed and wept bitterly. Anyone would think his father had died. He cried so miserably. Now where was the arrogance from before? He was like a child who had made a mistake, crying with tears and snot. This scene caught everyone off guard. Even Su Ling was dumbfounded. Wasn't it said that ghosts were terrifying, and could kill you in an instant? Why were all the ghosts I met so polite? Kneeling before people. Jung Tong's eyes were wide open, looking back and forth in disbelief. An S-rank Ghost General just kneeling like that. Not only Su Ling and Jung Tong, even the Ghost Manager was stunned. He knew Mr. Su was formidable. A stomp on Huangquan Street could make the whole place tremble 3 times, but he truly didn't know that even the ghosts from the Ghost Office who managed Huangquan Street respected Su Ling so much. His jaw dropped. Literally dropped. This scene was so shocking. It could stun the live stream viewers. For 10,000 years, question marks filled the screen. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Forgive me for my lack of culture. All I can say is whoa. Just arrived. What's going on? Why is an S-rank Ghost General kneeling to a rookie? Wait, not just any S-rank Ghost General. This is an existence considered a disaster by the nation. Why is he kneeling to an F-rank? The viewers were utterly shocked. At this moment, Su Ling came to her senses and said awkwardly, this ghost, sir. Maybe you should get up first. To be honest, she still didn't know what was going on. She even thought if it was a misunderstanding. Maybe if she asked Lebo to get up now, he wouldn't pursue it later. But Lebo ignored her completely and continued to kowtow without any intention of stopping. The fat ghost was stunned. Lebo, I invited you here. Why are you kowtowing to that bitch? Smack, smack. Lebo, in between kowtows, raised his tongue and slapped the fat ghost's face twice. Such vicious slaps completely tore off the already scarce flesh on the fat ghost's face. Corrupt blood flowed everywhere. Extremely brutal. So the fat ghost could no longer make a sound and could only whimper helplessly. Now everyone present was even more stunned. Question marks filled everyone's faces. Only the Ghost Director still maintained her cold and aloof demeanor. Stepped forward 2 steps, came to Su Ling's side, then she bowed slightly and actually changed her usual attitude with a smile. She curtsied and said, "This humble one greets Miss." The livestream atmosphere reached its peak. The Ghost Director smiled. The Ghost Manager, who had spent half his life on Huangquan Street, was absolutely shocked. Not just him. Even the fat ghost and Lebo were shocked beyond words, because in their memory, the Ghost Director never smiled. The last time she smiled was when a rebel ghost invaded. She charged into the Red Forbidden Zone and slaughtered an entire district. Everyone trembled. Su Ling was already mesmerized. "So beautiful," she blurted out, especially seeing that proud figure. Even though she was rated as a school beauty, she still felt inferior. At this moment, the livestream had already exploded. Whoa, the Ghost Director. An SSS rank Ghost General. Only 1 step away from SSS rank Ghost Marshal. Such an existence actually calls little Ling Goddess. Miss being able to make an SS rank Ghost General submit, then her brother must be at least an SS rank Ghost Tamer. That explains it. As long as you reach SS rank Ghost Tamer, you are a national treasure, and your identity is naturally a top state secret. It's perfectly normal that we can't find any information. My god, having an SS rank Ghost Tamer brother. Little Ling Goddess is truly hiding her depth. Little Ling Goddess. Can you ask your brother if he needs another sister-in-law? Little Ling Goddess. When you come back, I want to have your brother's babies. At this moment, in the Huamian, the Ghost Director was still smiling like a human and continued, "My name is Mu Hongli, Director of the Huangquan Street Ghost Office. I am very sorry that you were so startled. I failed to fulfill Mr. Su's instructions. Once again, I sincerely apologize for my negligence." Mu Hongli had no airs of a Ghost General and was even humbly apologizing. Su Ling was a bit at a loss. Wait, her brother was already so powerful that even an SSS rank Ghost General addresses him as Mr. Su. Wait, Mr. Su's instructions. That meant her brother had arranged everything long ago. I really misjudged my brother. Realizing this, she felt a little ashamed. After all, her brother was not the shut-in she saw, but had done all this behind the scenes. Alright, brother, I forgive you. When I get back, I must see what else you've been hiding from me. Then she quickly helped Mu Hongli up and gave a sweet smile, holding Mu Hongli's arm. Sister Hongli, can I call you that? Mu Hongli smiled and nodded me too. Jiang Tong immediately stood up and grabbed Mu Hongli's other arm. Sister Hongli, I'm Xiao Ling's best friend. Hello, Mu Hongli was amused by the two again. Then Su Ling seemed to remember something and tapped her forehead saying, Sister Hongli, how about letting this ghost sir get up first? Hearing this, Mu Hongli turned to look at Li Bo, her expression immediately turning serious. Li Bo, didn't you hear? Miss told you to get up. Thank you, miss. Li Bo kowtowed twice more, before finally standing up, while Mu Hongli still had a dark face. I'll deal with you later. Then she was like a Sichuan opera face-changing master, and returned to that affectionate smile. Looking at Su Ling, she said softly, Miss. Before she could finish, Su Ling directly said, Sister Hongli, calling me that feels weird. Just call me Xiao Ling. There was no choice. Su Ling's words were commands to Mu Hongli, so she smiled and said, Okay. Xiao Ling, what I want to tell you is that you just entered the weird world, and may not be clear about the rules here. In this world, as long as you kill a ghost higher level than yourself, you will get rewards. The reason I didn't kill this fat ghost myself is because he is B+ rank, which just fits the rules. As she spoke, she just glared at the fat ghost. A star-red light shot from her ruby-like eyes, enveloping the fat ghost. The next moment, the fat ghost's body shrank violently, as if all his ghost energy had been drained. His whole body withered. Then Mu Hongli smiled at Su Ling and said, Go, give him the final blow, and you'll get the rewards. Hearing this, Su Ling nodded heavily. She was no longer that timid little girl who had just entered the weird dungeon. Now she not only had a huge fortune, but was also the owner of a convenience store in the weird world. Moreover, she had the ghost manager Mu Hongli and others to protect her, so she resolutely took the scissors, handed to her by Jiang Tong, and walked straight to the fat ghost. Now the fat ghost was barely alive. She just lightly slid the scissors across his body. The next moment, the fat ghost turned into a streak of light and completely dissipated in the convenience store. It was at this moment, suddenly, a cold voice appeared in the minds of all players. Congratulations, player Su Ling in the A+ rank dungeon has achieved the first kill of this college entrance exam. Reward North Pole Technique Academy Body Refining Method. This server-wide announcement was broadcast 3 times before ending. Sure enough, the next moment, in Su Ling's mind, strange star-like characters appeared, engraved within. 5 large characters, Blood Moon Body Refining Method. This was exactly what she needed most now. She now knew that her brother was not the loser she had imagined, so her goal had never changed. Especially after seeing her brother's reputation in the weird world, she became even more eager. Now with this cultivation method, she could rise to Ghost Tamer in a short time. Su Ling will definitely catch up to my brother. She swore to become just like her brother. At this moment, she was also a bit puzzled and immediately asked Sister Hongli, after killing a ghost, do you get a reward of the same level? Mu Hongli smiled and said, silly girl, you got the first kill, and in an A+ rank dungeon, the reward is naturally upgraded. But this cultivation method is too trashy. Li Bo, when she called him, Li Bo trembled in fear and quickly stepped forward with a bow. Yes, yes, yes. An A+ rank method is not worthy of miss. And body refining is painful. The lower the rank, the more suffering you endure. I happen to have an S-rank soul refining method, suitable for miss. I also obtained it recently and haven't had time to look at it. I take this opportunity to offer it to miss. With that, Li Bo waved his hand. A star-like ghost energy sword appeared and flew out, directly merging into Su Ling's brow. The next moment, Su Ling's originally dark eyes flashed with a trace of crimson. After understanding this cultivation method, she showed joy on her face. Thank you, Li Bo. Li Bo was sweating and quickly waved his hand. Miss, I am not worthy of your thanks. At this moment, Mu Hongli also said yes. Xiaoling, you don't need to thank him. He deserves to do this. Li Bo, you're done here. You can go back first. I have something else to discuss with Miss. Hearing this, Li Bo quickly bowed to Su Ling again, then beat a hasty retreat. Fearing that Mu Hongli might change her mind, the atmosphere on the scene became subtle. Everyone thought Mu Hongli had something important to discuss, but no one expected what Mu Hongli said next would shock everyone. At this moment, seeing Mu Hongli slightly serious, everyone immediately tensed up, including the ghost who had come into the convenience store to shop. They didn't even dare to breathe heavily. After all, for an SSS rank ghost general to be so serious, what she said must be of great importance. Everyone looked at Mu Hongli. It was Su Ling who broke the silence first and asked in confusion, Sister Hongli, what's wrong? Hearing this, Mu Hongli returned to that gentle expression, a faint blush appearing on her cheeks. Xiaoling, do you need a sister-in-law? At this moment, Mu Hongli's words caused a stir. Everyone was shocked. Didn't we just have something important? And you're confessing your love, the once graceful and elegant. Cold and aloof, Mu Hongli, after saying this, couldn't help but lower her head in shyness. Her fair skin flushed red all the way to the roots of her neck. The ghost manager's mouth hung wide open. After all, the master of Huangquan Street was a ghost. The director of the ghost office, an SSS rank ghost general, was so eager to ask if she could be the sister-in-law. This was simply unheard of. But thinking of Mr. Su, he somewhat understood, and quickly ushered the ghost customers to pick out items. Not just him. At this moment the live stream was completely boiling. Whoa, who exactly is little Ling Goddess's brother? To make an SSS rank ghost general confess to him, from the look of it, it seemed she was the one pursuing him. Shocking really, ghosts and humans are different, but she is SSSS rank. A dominant existence on Huangquan Street. My god, I'm D rank, but I can't beat her. Little Ling Goddess. I want to be your sister-in-law too. Compared to the live stream's uproar, Mu Hongli was just a little shy. After all, back when she was still a low-rank ghost, she was saved by Su Han and brought to Huangquan Street. He not only taught her cultivation, but even helped her become the director of the ghost office. That heroic figure she would never forget in this lifetime. So at that time, she fell in love with Su Han. Of course she didn't know that Su Han had just casually saved her. And since he had properties here, he casually asked her to help manage them. She only knew that in this life she would marry no one but Mr. Su. If she wasn't worthy of him, she would work twice as hard. Finally, through her own efforts, she made all the ghosts on Huangquan Street submit. That was why she had the courage to ask Su Ling this question. But now, Su Ling was dumbfounded. After a few seconds of silence, she came to her senses and said with obvious excitement, "Yes, of course. You should know in the real world." Su Ling had been worried about her brother's love life. Her brother was already in his 20s. It wasn't good for him to stay single. For that, she had even introduced several of her friends to Su Han, but Su Han's standards were too high. At the time, she even scolded him, saying he was a toad wanting to eat swan meat. Now, she finally understood why Su Han's standards were so high. She had misunderstood her brother, but after looking up at Mu Hongli, she couldn't help but swallow. "Is my brother worthy?" he asked from the soul. Who was she? An SSS rank ghost general, the head of Huangquan Street, and her brother. He just seemed to have some money. Thinking this, she shook her head vigorously. But this scene in Mu Hongli's eyes looked like Su Ling was saying, "My brother needs a wife, but you're not worthy. I refuse." At this moment, one could clearly see Mu Hongli's ruby-like eyes reveal a trace of sadness. But it was fleeting. "Yes, Mr. Su is so noble. I'm not worthy," she smiled and bit her lip, and said calmly, "It's nothing. Xiaoling, I was just joking. Don't take it to heart." Hearing this, Su Ling was clearly disappointed. "My god, I missed out on such an amazing sister-in-law. Brother, you really aren't worthy." But then she thought if there's no opportunity, then create one. So she held on to Mu Hongli's arm and gave a sweet smile, "Sister Hongli, don't let me come between us sisters." Her thinking was simple: feelings take time. As long as she built a good relationship with Mu Hongli, she could help her brother find a good match. "Oh brother, with such a good sister, you should be happy." At this moment, Mu Hongli also nodded. Then she seemed to remember something and continued, "By the way, Xiaoling, you don't have a place to stay yet. Your brother left you a property in the high-end residential area for the dead. After you finish your work here, you can go there to stay." With that, Mu Hongli raised her jade hand and waved. A key fell into Su Ling's hand. Then she continued, "You have a 3-day newbie protection period. You can't cross Fulbe. Just stay here safely for 3 days. I have some things to take care of. In 3 days, I'll send someone to pick you up." Actually, what Mu Hongli meant was to prepare a welcome ceremony for Su Ling for their entire Huangquan Street. This was the most important thing. So during these 3 days, she could plan it properly. Hearing this, Su Ling nodded obediently. "Okay, Sister Hongli, go ahead with your work. With the ghost manager here, it's not a big problem." At this moment, Mu Hongli waved her hand. A star-red light burst from her hand. Then a blood-red wooden hairpin appeared in her hand. She smiled and said to Su Ling, "This hairpin is an S-rank ghost treasure, called the Soul Calming Hairpin. Consider it a gift from me." With that, she directly handed the hairpin to Su Ling. After entering the weird event, everyone becomes a ghost tamer and can directly absorb ghost treasures into their bodies. Su Ling was no exception. But to leave a good impression on Mu Hongli, she still wanted to decline. But Mu Hongli had already seen through her thoughts, and with a slight release of ghost energy, she directly embedded the hairpin into Su Ling's body. Mu Hongli smiled behind her hand. "Xiaoling, if you decline further, you're not giving me face. All right, seeing you safe, I feel relieved." With this soul-calming hairpin and the ghost manager inside Starlight Convenience Store, "You are invincible. If there's nothing else, I'll be going back." Hearing this, Su Ling scratched her head with an embarrassed smile. Mu Hongli still wasn't at ease and gave more instructions to the ghost manager. But she had already put away her previous intimacy, becoming that domineering and cold figure again. Seeing this, both Su Ling and Zhang Tong couldn't help but shiver. But at this moment, Zhang Tong suddenly tugged at Su Ling's sleeve. Su Ling was confused. Zhang Tong seemed to have gathered her courage and immediately said, "Xiaoling, what do you think of me?" Hearing this, Su Ling was even more bewildered. "What do you mean?" Zhang Tong frowned. "I mean, what do you think of me as your sister-in-law?" As her voice fell, Su Ling first laughed in surprise. "I treat you as a sister, but you want to be my sister-in-law." Then she rolled her eyes at Zhang Tong. "My brother doesn't want that." After giving her instructions, Mu Hongli also bowed to Su Ling, preparing to leave. Su Ling and Zhang Tong also imitated Mu Hongli's posture and returned the bow. Though a bit comical, It made Mu Hongli smile behind her hand, and it was at this moment the ghost manager slapped his forehead, as if remembering something. He quickly said, "Director, the boss might have another favor to ask of you," he said timidly, as his voice fell. A question mark appeared on Su Ling's face. What else do I need to trouble Sister Hongli with? Hearing this, the ghost manager quickly trotted to Su Ling's side and whispered, "Boss, the mission, right, the S-rank hidden mission." He remembered. If she wanted to become the top scorer in this college entrance exam, relying on her first kill and her identity. As the owner of Starlight Convenience Store wasn't enough, she needed to complete at least one S-rank hidden mission and get an SSS rating. But Mu Hongli was only so attentive because of Su Han. She had helped her solve problems, given her an S-rank cultivation method and an S-rank ghost treasure. This already made her feel uneasy, and she didn't know if asking Mu Hongli to help complete the mission again would wear down Su Han's goodwill. After all, in any world, favors were expensive. Even as Su Han's sister, she didn't want to see Su Han cleaning up after her and repaying favors. In the end, she still couldn't bring herself to say it, and at this moment the ghost manager saw her hesitating and stepped forward sincerely, bowing deeply to Mu Hongli. Then he said, "Director boss, I'm sorry. Let me speak. You should know that the A+ rank Starlight Convenience Store has an S rank hidden mission. So can you tell the truth?" He was loyal, but an A+ rank ghost, facing an SSS rank ghost general, was ultimately suppressed by the aura. But even though he didn't finish his sentence, the meaning was still conveyed. Hearing this, Mu Hongli was puzzled. Then she said, apologetically, "I'm sorry. It was my oversight. I forgot about that." With that, she cleared her throat and directly announced to all the ghosts present